We're live, Mark.
Perfect. Thank you. I was
I
going to
promise we
ask
are.
because my internet is slow. I did not hear the song. So, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this special Brickworld presentation. We're going to be talking about making mini figures move. And without any further delay, and me just not staring in the screen going, huh? We'll bring in our special guest today. It's Miss Bethany Wright. How are you doing today, Bethany?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. If you want to follow Bethany on Instagram, she's at Interactive Bricks, and she's going to take over the show now. So, Bethany, if you want, if you can just give us an idea of what got you started in adding so much movement to your displays.
Yeah, it actually started as a dare. So I had just gotten into Lego building. I really hadn't done much mock making at all. I've only been building since 2003.
Okay.
So I was went to a lug meeting and someone said, "Hey, you ought to try something with movement." And I was like, movement? What do you mean? You make things move? And then I was like, if you give me a dare, I'm gonna rise to the challenge. And so I started looking into it and then was like, oh, I love this. This is wonderful. And so that kind of just became a passion project after that.
That's excellent. Yeah, and I do believe you won last year's award for best movement, correct?
I did, yes. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a huge surprise and honor.
Yeah, that's great. Well, your displays are always very fun. I remember first time I got to look at one really in depth in Brickworld Detroit 2023, where you have the not only all the movement and all the minifigure stories that are happening in your display, but you also have like a seek and find for kids to find all different things in there. I failed. It was like find the, I think it was like find all the frogs.
Spiders.
Spiders. That's what it was.
Spiders,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. Fun stuff, and it's really engaging for all the Lego fans of all ages. And it's a really great way to display. Gets people talking, gets people interested in what you're doing. Real quick, want to say hello to the chat. We have Ron Smith, channel member, is here. David Builds the Bricks is here. Is really excited. Is sitting in the pre-play gang. Beth Hansen is here. Al Goff is here. April Fisher is here. Scott Germani is here. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today. And Bethany, I'll let you take the floor.
All right, super. So today, Mark and Ben, we are going to be making minifigures move. We're going to be making two different mechanisms. This coming summer at Brickworld Chicago, I'm going to be leading two different workshops. So we're going to build one from each workshop, one module each. And so hopefully you have your parts somewhat handy and nearby.
Sure do.
Fantastic. So let me show you the big picture of where we're going with this.
Great.
The goal is to use simple movements to make something look really fun and to help bring story with it. So this is the first one we're going to be doing. I call this the spin it one because quite simply, you just turn it and it spins. So
Perfect.
we're going to go through a few variations of this, but the application.
That's a carrot, not a turnip.
True. Oh.
Sorry.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Wow.
He's got the dad jokes.
I'm here for it, but it took me a second. Wow. Okay.
Jazzy Viking Bricks is here as well. Welcome, Jazzy. Glad you're here.
So the practical application of that is you can put that into a story. So there are my bevel gears hidden out of view, and then when you put it all together, your story can come together. So that is kind of an idea of what we're doing. So let me pull up our slides and see if I can just hit it with one button. Ta-da! Super. So this model, the Spin It, is going to be from the Spin It, Twist It, Bop It workshop that I led last year. If anybody participated in that one, I have changed it a little bit to do a little bit more exploration with it, add some modifications, and have some fun that way. So the first thing that we're going to have to be doing is building our platform, our base. Now, if you ever see any of my builds, you're going to notice that they are all on like a presentation base. And that is because we need a way to hide the mechanisms that we will be building underneath. You can't just put it flat on a base plate most times. So Mark and Ben, just let me know when you're ready to move on to the next slide, and I will wait for you.
Here we go. I think I got it. Ben, how you doing?
I was ready to go. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Going with a black and white theme today. So
Ooh, nice. I confess I built mine in advance because I have really shaky hands, and I was like, I'm going to drop this all over the floor. So I did. So we're going to be putting the mechanism together. You're going to have your long axle. That's that red piece that goes in the center.
Okay.
And when you put on the crank, that's that gray L-shaped piece, and you put on the bush, that's that little yellow piece, you don't want to smush them together. You want to kind of just tease them apart a little bit so they're not grinding on the sides of the brick. You want it to be able to spin freely.
Okay.
Perfect. Good job, Ben.
yeah.
Mark.
Spinning action there.
I'm getting there. All right. This here. And I gotta find one of these crank pieces. Here we go.
Ooh, nice find.
Right on top. And I'm not gonna smush it. All right.
No smushing.
No smushing. So we're going to add the other half of our platform now, and that's just to help provide stability.
Doop-a-doo.
And if you're building at home and you don't have a crank, I will often use these wheels as long as they have like the Technic center in them. The rubber helps you be able to turn them real well, so that's a great alternative if you don't have a fancy crank. There's a few other ways that you can build a crank as well.
Okay.
Super. Now we're going to add one more bush here on the outside, reminding ourselves not to like push it together with so much force that it is
Don't squish this one either.
Unable to move.
don't squish it. And then we'll be adding this connector piece here. That just gives our hands a nice, easy, turnable, turny thing. I believe in very high technical terms.
Turny thing. Yep.
The
Love it.
turny thing.
So with a white one, it's a pin connector there. I went with a white one for my black and white theme.
Excellent.
But any color will do. You can even do orange, like a spaceship color.
Ooh, orange spaceships. Who would build an orange spaceship?
I don't know. Here's another good piece as an alternative to a crank handle.
Mm.
It's got axle holes on both ends, and then it's got always is out of zoom here.
Oh yeah, it's that lift.
Got a little collar there, and you can basically do the exact same thing. This one's slightly longer, so if you needed a slightly longer handle for some reason, instead of 3, it's 4 long, and you can put a pin with the a pin with the axle side on one and the pin on the other, and it's basically a perfect little replacement for that crank piece if you don't have one.
If you're looking for that piece on Bricklink, I do believe it's under the category of lift arm, Technic lift arm.
Lift arm.
Yeah.
Probably a lift arm.
There we go.
Very cool.
Let's try this one. Hey, look at that. That's
fun. Heyo. So we'll continue building up our wall.
Okay.
On both sides.
Nice smooth motion already.
Yeah.
It's a little bit addicting. Like when I start building these, I'll find myself fidgeting with them.
Yeah. I can see that. It's a good fidget spinner for sure.
It is.
Gabriel Cabral has joined us as well. Sorry, Bethany, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just saying it's a fun fidget spinner. Now we come to the most complicated part of this build. I call this a mechanism sandwich because you're going to be building something below the plate, that's the gear, and then you need to secure it above the plate. So that's kind of like our bread. And then the Technic plate, it has little holes on it. It's a little hard to see with the white, but it's a regular plate with holes inside.
One piece I forgot to get.
Oh no, that's a critical one.
Yeah, it's the tile with the hole in it. And
yeah.
I can't.
Those.
Yeah, darn. All right, let's see. Just take me a second. Panicking. We're live.
It's okay.
We'll do it live.
It's not the end of the world if you don't have it, as long as you have the 2x6 plate.
Yeah. Well, we got it all now. All right, here we go. That might not be the only time that happens during this show today. I forgot to double check all my pieces before we started. So does the stop goes underneath?
Yep, stop goes underneath. That way it kind of acts as your bottom anchor.
Perfect. Up and through, and then the 2x2 round brick, and then the 2x2 round plate.
Awesome. So this is the first
Ooh.
mechanism I learned to make, and I was researching all sorts of builds by the Brick Consultant. He posted some things, and like I just sat and analyzed and dissected how he did his builds to
Oh,
learn how
nice.
to do this.
I was gonna ask how you started. Like, do you an engineering background, or did you just find the?
Not at all. No,
Not even a little.
not even a little. I married an engineer, so I did not have to be one.
Nice.
But no, my degree is in education, and I married a literal rocket scientist.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, my brain does not think engineerily, so this has been fun for me to like put my brain through the paces and learn.
There's
So
some good books out there too. There's an entire like encyclopedia of different ways to gear the Technic gears and get different movements. I would cite it if I could find it, but I have not seen it since we moved 3 years ago. I don't know
oh,
where it is.
I have them. They're by No Starch Press. They're
Yeah,
really really good.
yeah, those are fantastic. Yeah, if we can, if you can get those titles to me, I'll drop them in the description of this so that people can find them if they would like.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
Cool.
Kevin Schmidt's giving you some encouragement.
Aw.
Yay.
Hi, Kevin. Kevin was amazing at Brickworld Chicago last year. He helped in the workshop going around making sure everybody had their parts going in the right places. So thanks, Kevin.
Good guy, that Kevin Schmidt.
He is. So we're kind of done with this first module. We're
Oh,
going to
nice.
put the frog in the center. The flower allows him to go in the absolute center, and put the frog on top. In the workshops, I use frogs because it's an easy way to see something move that doesn't cost a lot of money.
I brought a
Um,
walrus.
Yeah, you could
I
use
went with a bat.
a bat
Nice.
is even better. Keeping
So-
with that spooky black theme. I like it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I went with a bat on this one.
That's fun.
So
That's cool.
this is an easy first introduction, basic introduction to movement.
Fancy
So
walrus.
are you ready, Mark? Did you get it? Yes.
Oh yeah.
I love it. So now let's try some modification. There is
Okay.
more than one way that you can make something spin.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, it does mean we're going to need to disassemble things just a little bit.
That's fine.
So we're going to kind of take off one of the walls and then replace the bevel gear. That's what I should have explained. What we were using is called a bevel gear. It means it can be used at a 90-degree angle.
Because it's beveled, everybody.
Bing!
Ooh.
And then we're going to switch those out for these knob or cog wheels, knob gears. They go by several different names depending if you're on Lego or Bricklink.
Ah.
That's always a problem. You can't decide a color name. You can't decide a part description.
Oh,
You should try to, uniformize them now that they're all the same company. But okay,
Do. All right. I got that on there.
I might be jumping the gun here, but I think I knew where we were going with this.
dun dun dun.
I don't.
Are you good, Mark? Do you need me to go? Are you ready to the next
Yeah.
one?
I think
Okay.
I got it. Yep. It's
So
there.
you
put that
You
back
put
on.
your wall back on and add your bush back.
All right. I am there. Oh, I don't have the second bush on. Hold on. I'm not going to smush it.
Nope. Yep, that's right.
Just gonna leave it nice and loose there.
And apparently gravity is sufficient to hold the gearing together on the inside here, so you don't need another bushing underneath to keep it tight.
Yes, gravity will be your friend with this.
Yeah,
Excellent.
there it is, whipping around. Look at that. I'll let everybody else get there. I'm just, having fun here.
All right.
And then the mechanism sandwich will look the same, except we replace the bevel gear with the other
Oh,
knob wheel.
I didn't realize there were 2 of those needed. I should have known. Hold on.
They come in these come in a couple different colors. You can get them in black. You can get them in yellow. Those are the 2 I found. There might be a few other ones.
I feel like
I will
have them in-
demonstrate that.
pearl gold, I think.
Pearl gold.
Oh, really?
Ooh, Mark's favorite color.
Yeah, yeesh.
But yeah,
Said
I
us
found,
too
found a
much of it.
couple yellow ones. I found a couple black ones, but Halloween themed, so we stuck with the black ones on mine.
I like it. Yes, and then you have your bat flying around. Perfect.
Look at that. That's a perfect bat. A perfect use for this bat is to with the crank on there when we get there, because the bat, he's got to fly out a little bit. I suppose we could get even fancier and put the bat on our arm at an angle. Maybe even use some transparent pieces to make him look like he was flying.
Absolutely. Well,
Fancy.
and
We'll try that here in a minute.
I love
Oh,
2x2 round bricks because they have that axle hole in the center of them. And so that new axle-based arm that's curved, that's clear and curved, can just sit right on there.
Oh, that piece. We love that piece.
It's a great piece.
I'm gonna go get one because I cannot help myself.
Yes, please do. That's fantastic. So Mark, the last step will be to make him run in a wider circle. So just find any length of plate that you have, and you're just gonna attach it on. Perfect. And then he'll be able to make bigger circles of panic.
Let's see. How does one run? There we go. Here we go. Yes.
Love it.
Cool.
Now, when I am making a display, when I am
away from the spider.
It's for this right. Well, yes. When I am making a display for a show, something that's going to be running for 4, 6, 8 hours straight, I want to make sure that nothing jostles loose. So this is my favorite piece to use. Is this one right here? This bracket.
Yeah.
Because the back legs of the minifigures have those holes on them. And you can put them right here for a very secure, my fingers out of the way, a very secure fit. And that just allows it to be able to move much better connection. So you've got a 2x2 connection here. It's a much better fit than just having them standing alone. So if you look closely at my builds, if you come to a show, you'll see that they're all standing on usually these kinds of brackets to help hold them in place. Oh, perfect. I love it.
I put those brackets in there too so people could see what you're talking about. It is a cool piece. It's one that I haven't really worked into my building vernacular yet, but I ordered a bunch of them.
Oh,
I'm sure at some
fantastic.
point I'm really going to need them.
Yeah. This is another way that you can make something move. It's using these splat gears that Lego has. This is a little bit more complicated. There's a little bit more math involved to get it to the right height on a corner for a 90-degree, but it creates a super, super fun effect.
Oh, that is cute.
So there are many, many ways that you can make something spin.
Yeah, I always find those splat gears to be they've got a lot more play in them. They're kind of a little loose.
Yeah.
So they're a little more challenging to use. But let's see here. I've got my bat ready to fly. So here we go.
There we go.
Excited? Yes, it's perfect.
Look at that.
All right, we got people working on this right now. David Builds the Brick says mechanism sandwich is making me hungry. Scott Germani is the castle guy, says he's making 2 so that the knights can sword fight. Awesome.
Perfect.
Hawkeye Lego Man is here, says running in a panic circle. Yep.
That would not be what I do when I am trying to build. I don't
Right.
I don't run
Me
in
either.
panic circles.
Just the week before Brickworld. No, of course
Not me. So that is the first mechanism that we are doing. Let me pop this back up here.
Excellent. That was very fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked. Come on.
Here I got another variant of this one. Look at this.
I think it's
Back
relatively
to the super bat. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Even did
How
the
about that?
whole. Even did the whole. Look, it's a transparent piece, therefore you don't see it. It's
You don't
not really
see it.
there.
It's like invisible. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Amber Tipton is here. Hello, Amber.
Hey, Amber. The other color that disappears when you are doing it is black. I find that if I have to have something visible and it's black in a build, nobody really sees it. I'm trying to hit the present button, but it will not let it pop up. Oh, there it is. Just kidding.
There you go.
So
This.
Yeah, so that was the first. That's the easiest, the basic introduction. So for the Spin It, Twist It, Bop It workshop in June, we'll go over the names of the parts, why the parts are the colors they're the color, 3 ways to spin, a way to twist, 2 ways to jump, how you can change speeds, and it's a great introduction for anybody who is like, what are these gear things? So
Yeah.
that
But
is
it's really cool seeing that you've got that slide there where you show how you can connect 3 of them, gear things together with one motor. Just in case people don't know, tell people how you would actually motorize this instead of having a crank.
Yeah, so what I would do, I like to use the power functions. That's the older retired ones. That's what
Yeah.
they use with the GBCs. And
Yep.
so I would need to make sure I gear it down because the speed that runs at would literally make everything just like spin so fast. So I would gear it down and then just replace it where the crank would be. The motor
Yeah.
just goes right on there.
Awesome.
And there are multiple ways to gear down those motors. The bigger motors have more torque and they don't spin as fast, but even the XL one that spins the slowest would send everything flying off here. So
Yeah.
you can gear it down multiple ways. You can also use a train motor to control the speed, or a train controller to control the speed on it. But if you want something that's more mechanical, you can do it by kind of making bigger gears rotate. It's actually smaller gears rotate bigger gears. That will help slow it down.
And
Yeah.
So
yeah, like what is it, an 8-tooth
gear
gear into a
train.
40-tooth gear?
Yep.
Yes. So if you look on the slide, you'll see the little gear and then the big gear on there, so we can demonstrate how to speed up and how to slow down.
Yeah, that's
based on
an 8 and 24 tooth gear there, and I think they've even got a bigger one. A big
They do. Yeah.
Just in case anyone is wondering what we're talking about with the power functions motors and the train controllers, because Lego doesn't make those pieces anymore. They are available on Bricklink. There's motor categories and 9-volt train categories that you can look at in the catalog to find the pieces that Ben is referring to.
Right. Here's the XL power functions
Mm-hmm.
motor. Then they have I don't know that they ever made a small, but they have a large and a medium.
Yeah.
Correct.
So maybe it's a trick that the medium one
Right.
is the smallest. I don't know. This one's an XL, so it's not as fast. It doesn't whip around as much as the medium ones, but still way too fast
Yeah.
if you don't gear it down to run reliably.
Hawkeye is requesting a whole swarm of bats, Ben.
Oh yeah, I don't know why we couldn't put 15 bats on that. It would probably still run just fine on the mechanism.
You need the Bat Lord CMF who's like, oh.
Oh yeah, he's definitely down here somewhere. I could pull him out and add him to it sometime.
I can see you adding different levels to the actual mechanism to get bats at different levels and different angles.
Yeah, and the farther out and more at an angle you put it, the more what's the word? When you stare at a fire and you find it fascinating, the more fascinating it becomes.
Mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing. There we go. Smart
Yeah.
words. The more mesmerizing it becomes, like it just catches people's eyes when it's just not a flat spin, but when it's up and out, it really gives it a cool effect.
I think that's why the GBC gets so much attention. Not only is it incredibly cool, but it is just mesmerizing to watch, and it's kind of zen to like lose yourself in all the motion that's happening. And so I think that movement in a creation adds obviously a new level, but also is just a lot more engaging in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and my goal would be to help people get over the I don't know how to start. Like that is my dream, is to help people get into that, how to make a story happen. And you don't have to make a monster build. Like this build is on I custom built the plate, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. This is a 14 by 14 platform here. And like you can have a complete full story just on a small space. So this is the next mechanism we're doing. You can look down here to see it working.
Aha, okay.
But this is this is the swaying motion. So we're going to make it sway back and forth.
Cool.
Another application, I happened to pull one of these up, is that you can also do lighting effects using these same things, and then these old light bricks, which I have an unusually large number of. I don't know how I've gotten so many dang light bricks, but one of the parts of the light brick is that it has a little mechanism that you push on the bottom to light it up. So some of these activities that we're doing here, if you have something spin around that taps this, or maybe taps multiple, you could add lighting or strobing effects as well in a similar way.
That's a
So
great idea. That's so
really
cool. And
cool.
can you hold up the light so they can see the front of it? An axle does fit in the, oh, sorry, the other
back
end.
here, yep.
Yes, an axle does fit in that end so that you could connect it to a larger hitting platform.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. So another thing to use all these with your movement is add a lighting effect.
Very cool.
All right, so going back to this, we
Oops.
are.
Here, let's do this one so we can see your entire presentation. There we go.
Ayo. So we're going to begin. We're using a larger plate this time because we're going to need a little bit of a larger range of movement. So this is from the new workshop that I'm going to be doing this summer. And we're doing 3 completely different movements using a pulley in untraditional ways. So we're making something slide, swing, and oh, Scott, I'm so happy to see that.
That's awesome.
You'll have to post
Cool.
a picture in the Discord if you can. We'd love
Yeah,
to see
please
that.
do. This is awesome. This just got twice as fun.
Yes. So so we'll be doing 3 different movements with the pulleys that are completely untraditional ways to use pulleys. They all kind of use the same basic background of movement in that you're using the pulley with something stuck in it, but they make some really cool effects.
Okay, well, going with black and white again.
I like it. Classic.
Yeah, but I am going to use the clear panels so that we can see inside.
Yes.
Recommended, because
And if you don't have clear panels, if you don't even have the panels at all, you can just use regular bricks. This is all I had on hand was some leftover, I don't even know what set these are from, stickers with panels with stickers on them. Like,
Yeah.
just use what you have. It'll be more than fine.
giant
Superhawk, who has
hospital
what's that?
windows or something. Those are like giant hospital windows from the town sets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Superhawk says they're definitely getting a lot of ideas from these, and they have quite a big disc golf mountain display that movement would certainly enhance because it's got a lot of fun little stories in it. They also do the seek and finds for the kids and adults.
Oh.
Adults play them too. Hooded One is here. Thanks for joining us. Just jumping in and say hi. We'll catch the whole thing later. If possible, we'll do the workshop in Chicago. Greetings from the Netherlands. Thanks for joining us today, Hooded One. See you on the replay, gang. Oh, hey, I'm behind.
That's okay. It's okay. You were doing the streaming things.
Businessing.
That's right. Mark is businessing.
While Mark's getting caught up on that, of course, you can like and subscribe to the Brickworld channel. We're trying to do these about once a month. This is our February special event, but every Sunday, unless one of us, or unless both of us are on vacation. When one of us is on vacation, we still tend to do the show.
We tend to.
Sundays at 7, we do a show where we talk about what we're building and the Lego news. And of course, this month is March Release Madness, where we have a bracket style event where we take all of the sets released in March and find out which one reigns supreme. So if you want to catch that, like and subscribe. You'll get a notification when we start. And tomorrow it's our first round of March Release Madness.
Yeah, you can catch it 7 p.m. Central. The show is called Think Outside the Blocks. It's right here on this channel. And we actually have our poll function open. So this year, March Release Madness, you can vote. We're actually going to take, I guess the host won't have a vote this year since unless we want to open up the poll ourselves. However, it'll all be chat-based. Who wins the brackets?
Yeah, and I found out today, Mark, that we're already going to have a change to the bracket. We missed a set.
Oh, good. All right, cool. I'm excited to see that.
There'll be some drama tomorrow. We'll find out.
Oh, drama's fun.
Yeah. So I'm caught up. Are you caught up, Mark?
I am, yes.
All right, we're ready to go.
Doing.
So this will be one of the 2 tricky parts for this, and it's not terribly tricky, but it's just the one where it gets a little fiddly. This is a 5L axle. So the axles are measured in stud length, and a really good way that you can tell is each kind of component is like a stud long. So the light bluish gray handle is 1 stud. The red bush, 1 stud. The black wall, obviously, 1 stud. Red bush is 1 stud. And then we'll add on the pulley, which you'll notice is a half stud. So you'll have a little bit sticking out past that pulley. Totally fine.
It used to be the case, it no longer is, that the black axles tended to be even lengths, and ones that were colored tended to be odd length. They've sort of
threw
mixed that
out
up
the
a little
window.
now.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
still find that my light bluish gray ones tend to be odd numbers long, and my black ones tend to be even, except for maybe a 1x3. So you might be able to tell right away if you have a 5 long axle and you need a 6 long. It's pretty easy to tell the difference between those two. The lighter colored one's probably the odd number.
Awesome. So this is the only part where color absolutely matters, because the light tan of this pin is frictionless. If you have a blue one, it has friction. It will work, but it's going to require a lot more effort. And if you use it in a build, like in a show, you're going to wear down your bricks, which you don't, I mean, if you're spending all this money to put it together, why cause more friction? So the tan is what you want to look for. You're going to put the short end in, and it's okay that it sticks out the back a little bit. Perfect. We're going to add our little handle connector. And if you don't have it, there are various ways. You can even use one with a cam. You can just twist it by hand. There's a few different ways you can.
Yeah, and if you're not aware of what a cam is, if you look that up on Bricklink, it's basically a non-symmetrical, non-bilaterally symmetrical gear.
Looks like a teardrop.
Yeah.
Exactly. There we go.
Non-engineer.
Oh, here.
Teardrop, yes. Yeah,
See if I
the
can find
cams are really good, and I know that if you go to the full workshop, you'll see some, because I saw a cam in one of your modules. They're really
There we
good
go.
because
That's a
because
cam.
as you can see, if you put the axle hole through the top, the bigger section, which is nice and rounded over, can push something up and then let it fall back down.
Here, let's actually do this. I'll throw it in the build here to show what Bethany's talking about. Let's say I didn't have this handle. What I could do is take the cam, put the cam on there, and then I could use another pin to create a handle.
There you go.
Perfect.
Do that. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and it works surprisingly well. So that's a great substitute. So now we're going to put on the clear panels. And again, if yours are not clear, it doesn't matter. Clear is just handy so you can see, but also it's just this height of regular bricks. So this is the 1x5x6 panel.
Could use castle walls here. You could use whatever. Yeah, look at that.
And then to help add structure, we're going to put a 2x8 plate on top, because right now things are a little on the fragile side. And when you are doing mechanisms, fragile is not your friend.
No.
Not at all.
I don't have any friends, so.
Aw, I'll be your friend.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's a new step.
Hey.
Sorry, I snuck that one on.
Oh, it's all good.
And we're again using that tan pin because it's frictionless, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're going to put that tile on top, that 1x6 tile, just to kind of help hold everything in. You want to always make sure that you've got your mechanisms mounted well, because again, friction will slowly start to undo your builds.
Okay. Yeah, I know that happens to the GBC a lot. They burn through a lot of gears.
Twist
and
turn.
The friction melts them away.
Yeah, yes. So if you don't have a 1x6 tile, you can use a 1x6 plate.
Oh, and then put this in here. Cool.
And then we come to my favorite part, which is the only other tricky part, but you guys got this because you're pros.
The fiddler.
We're going to be making, I haven't worked through a fun name for this yet.
Like a pendulum.
It is basically a pendulum, yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to notice that the red brick is the one with the plus sign, the axle hole in it. By having that there, that gives it a secure way that it can turn reliably, which is helpful to move your platform. And then we're just going to anchor that with a plate on top and bottom. And then I love these bars with the stop ring. Perfect, Ben. I love these bars with the stop ring because they're just extra long, but they also, that stop ring gives it a little bit of stability when you put it into that 1x2 round plate with the holes.
There we go.
And then we'll just put our plates on just to give it a nice extra finish, but also to show you that you can have a plate rubbing up right next to it and kind of hide the mechanism that way, and it still works.
We'll give you one little caution. You want this part on the bottom of the mechanism. This was the way we were showing it before. Don't push it too high up onto the bars. If you do, when your gear is turning, the pin might hit it.
Yes.
Make sure it's kind of down towards the bottom, or else you might run into that problem.
Yep, good call.
Yeah, just experienced that.
Me too. All right, let me get that out.
Snug is not always your friend when it comes to these mechanisms.
No, definitely not.
No, it is not. So then we have our little frog that we can put on top, or if you're building along, you can put a minifigure or animal on top. And then that gives us our final build, the swing it. So these are the 3 modules that I'll be doing at the other workshop this summer. They've got, like I said, 3 different uses. So one is swaying, one is swinging, one is sliding. So I have here. I don't have the sliding one yet. I've got one that I'm working on at the moment with the gerbil, but this is the swaying mechanism. And if you look real closely, instead of using a pulley, I'm using a bevel gear. You can see that in there, but see, try to do this without the glare. You can, there we go. You can see how it's moving, and then it creates
Oh, nice.
just a really fun effect. So that'll be one of the ones that we'll do this summer. So congratulations, look at that. You've learned 2 completely different movements, and it didn't take you all that long, and hopefully it was a little bit fun.
Oh, absolutely. This is a blast.
Let's see what mine's doing here. I'll switch over to my extra camera here. Oh, come on. 1 second. Let's try that again. We'll switch over to my other camera here.
I love technology.
Oh, same. We go through this every week.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
There's always some little thing that gets in our way.
Yeah. So here we have what I would like to call the singing wolf.
Yes.
So here he is. He's singing to his friend, rocking back and forth.
I love it.
Philip Camus had fun. Says thanks to everybody.
I almost used my wolf guy, but then I didn't want to flex. So glad you flexed for us.
Yeah.
David Builds the Bricks also says thank you. I agree. This was great.
I don't think it's a flex unless you have like 50.
That's true.
You
That's
do have
true.
50, Ben.
Don't call me out, Mark.
This is Bethany's page on Instagram, Interactive Bricks. If you want to give her a follow, I should follow her back. Apparently, I wasn't. Sorry, but she's got lots of great videos of all the stuff that she's created in her creations and at shows. She wins awards here and there as well. So check out her stream. Give her a follow. Really appreciate you being here today. Anything else you want to let people know about adding movement to creations?
Just don't ever be afraid to give it a try. And if you get stuck, you can hit me up on Instagram or on Discord. I'm always happy to help you troubleshoot. It's very intimidating when you get started, but then once you get your hands on it, I think you'll find that it's not as scary as it seems.
Yeah, good call. We got lots of things coming from the chat here. Getting lots of W's here for Bethany. Appreciate this a lot. And so I guess there we have it. You guys can check out her entire presentation, the workshops that she'll be doing this summer at Brickworld Chicago. And if you are not registered, go ahead and hit the Brickworld website and register for the show. We'd love to see you out there. We'd love to see you enjoying all these great workshops and presentations that we have, but also these very special ones from Bethany. Jazzy Viking Brick says, thank you, very helpful, as did many other people. And again, if you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe to the channel and get notifications when we go live, which again, will be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. We'll be doing March Release Madness, talking about all the March release sets and going through our tournament style bracket. You can vote on who you want to win each bracket, and we will ultimately crown a winner of March release sets on our Think Outside the Block stream. Hey, Ben, what would you like to end with today? Did you already put something in there?
I haven't,
Yes.
but while you're finding us a fun song, because we have
Yeah.
lots of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bethany knows any of our songs, so she might not be able to pick. We'll have to pick a good one for her to indoctrinate her into the world of our garage band.
Yes,
Um,
we do a lot of AI silliness on our show.
Oh boy.
We definitely do. There's I'm sure lots of techniques we didn't even approach.
Yeah.
Rubber bands, cams, all kinds of other stuff that you can definitely play around with and experiment with.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of fun using simple mechanisms. I haven't done much of it either, so it's definitely something I should explore.
Yeah.
And add some fun to the otherwise very boring castle mocks that are out there.
I've always had like the most fun adding movement to things. I know we did it with a couple of our collaborative builds. I never do it with my own creations, and I don't know why, because it is quite a bit of fun. And the stories you're telling and the way that you mask some of these mechanisms is really fantastic and inspiring. So, how many creations will they learn how to make, or how many different mechanisms will they learn how to make in each workshop? I know you said, I just want to do a little refresher.
So in the first one we did, they'll learn 4 different mechanisms, but they'll learn how to do them 5 or 6 different ways.
Okay, great.
And then the second one will learn 3 different mechanisms, and that one will all be using the pulley.
Okay.
So in the Muppet Treasure Island build that I did this past summer, I used almost exclusively pulley movements in the whole thing, but they're all just different ways to move pulleys. So there were 13 different ways to use it.
Excellent. That sounds like a great workshop. There is a small fee for it, but you bring the pieces for them, right?
Yeah. So I think it's about 15-ish will be, and then the pieces will be provided for you. But if you can't afford that, or if you don't get that, you can still come and just bring your own parts.
Excellent. That sounds great. Ben, I had an outro video set, but then it got unset. Did you unset it?
I did, but then I ended up going back to it because
Perfect.
I think of all of our outro videos, this one's probably the most representative of some of the crazy things that have happened in our show.
Agreed.
Gets really close to 2 of our favorite segments, which is showing what we've been building, our mocks, and then last but not least, a little segment we do called Rant, where we talk about something that's eating us up. So this particular one is, I would say, the crowd favorite.
I
so
agree.
We'll play that in a
so
minute here.
I would say for our live stream, if you're tuning in for the first time and you enjoyed this, our live stream is slightly different. We do talk Lego mocks in the first hour. We talk Lego news in the second hour. And then the third hour, I would say, put the kids to bed, because we get, it's aimed at adult fans of Lego. And so we act like children in the third hour.
We certainly do. Yes.
Mature audience warning for the third hour. But besides that, it's a fun Brickworld stream. Feels like you're at Brickworld a bit. So yeah, that's what we try to recreate every Sunday with Think Outside the Blocks.
Can I add 2 things before we go?
Of course, yes, please do.
One, if you've been building along, I would love to see what you've been working on. Either tag me on Instagram or put it in the Brickworld Discord so we can inspire other people to build, especially Scott. I saw that you combined 2 mechanisms together. I'd love to see, I just love seeing what other people build. And the second thing is I will be at Brickworld Indianapolis in 2 weeks. So if you want to come and say hi, I will have a whole bunch of fun things running, and I would love to say hi.
Excellent. Cool. All right.
Yeah, it seems like both of our special topics so far have dealt with moving Lego bricks or moving Lego balls.
Yeah.
So I don't know what our next topic's going to be. If it ends up being the one that David has, we'll be talking about moving Lego again.
Yeah.
But maybe it'll be something else. Who knows?
Yeah. Do you think the similarities? Do you think that was a mistake, Ben?
You know what? I don't think it was a mistake, because our mentor always tells us there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. So says Bob Ross.
Thanks again, everybody, for joining us for this Brickworld special presentation. Thank you so much, Bethany, for your expertise and your excellent teaching style. And we will see everybody next time.
Daddy Ben, oh, he loves his space. Lego ships in orange, all in place. But Mara's size, they're all the same. And why that beard? It's just a shame. Orange ships, computers galore. Mara dreams of something more. In Legoland, where dreams take flight. Orange or not, they'll get it right. Daddy, your ships are lame. All of them look the same. And your beard, such a disgrace. Maybe just one short hair on your face.
I spend too much time working on them.
And sometimes you just don't do them because you want,
Yeah.
And your beard.
And my beard.
And your mustache.
I'll get back in the photo so everyone can see.
Ugh.
Alright.
It should be more like one of those French ones that is in the movies, like squirrels.
Like a little villain mustache?
Yes, you need that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mara. Thanks for the rant.
Or you just need
Good
one
job.
little hair.
It takes too long for you to build them. Focus, get it done, concentrate. Daddy Ben, one more word about your beard. Come on, Daddy, it's so weird.
And they don't have different size ranges, which they should. And they they all have computers and like it's disgusting.